can get a little bit depressive in the winter around February because of all the lack of sunshine and that kind of stuff and coming down from the holidays. So it can be a time I think that's really good to kind of focus on self-love and just if that's something that you find that you kind of struggle with is just loving yourself where you are. I just totally recommend that you do everything you can to grow through that. Um, and just realize that we have a huge opportunity as coaches in what we do. Really, we are giving ourselves to promoting health and wellness that is really mind, body, and spirit. And the fact that we are going to we make a living out of that, out of helping each other, and that the main or others, and that the main way we can do that is by growing in those areas ourselves and inspiring others is a pretty cool thing. So I just want to throw that out there, that if anybody finds themselves struggling with that, to, at some point or another, everybody's going to really, really push through that to grow, and to take those steps. Because I personally, last January, I can remember actually calling Helen up, and I was going through a real rough time, honestly, with comparing myself to some other coaches and people that maybe had different strengths that I didn't have. And you might even on tonight's call, honestly, I'm going to get super techie, and I'll put it out there. Like, there might be a chance that you get so like mind boggled by some of the stuff I'm going to share tonight that you start to doubt yourself because you're not techie or you don't know this, even though I don't know it very well. And I've taken 2.5 years studying this exact thing that I'm going to be teaching you that I don't have all figured out. So whether it's this or something else, fight through it to grow. And because I can tell you from like personal experience that I fought really hard through it last year, and I felt it creep up a little bit again this year. I've had a couple of coaches kind of quit in the past couple weeks, and it made me start reflecting and think, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I thought, no, I'm not going there. I am not going there again. I have the most amazing team. You all are stronger than ever. Every week, every year, every month, we are adding more positive, I don't want to say higher quality people, but I think people that are further along in their growth journey than a lot of us were when we first started. And I am like extremely, extremely grateful for that. So let's just in this month, like really focus on counting our blessings and really loving and embracing like the way that God made us and our strengths, and just embracing those so that we can not focus on ourselves and focus on others. Okay, so tonight, you guys know that sometimes I do not so great with screen share, that I will flip through it, and like it will be on the wrong page. So if that happens, call me out. But what we like to do is, so first of all, welcome to all of you. This is our, I'm like going to say that, I want to say like first annual. It's not the first annual. It's not the semi-annual. It's just the monthly February Team Thrive training call. And for those of you that are brand new, we are Team Thrive. This is so Sam and I. It's your big family downline, and we represent a lot of different independent teams here. And yeah, we kind of decided this year to just do one major team call a month, first Thursday, 9 p.m. EST, and then put the rest of our attention into small weekly accountability meetings that are led by different coaches at all different times so that they accommodate all different time zones and different schedules. So if you're not part of a WHAM group, weekly accountability meeting group, reach out to me or anybody and say, I want to get involved, and I'll make sure you get on the schedule. So one thing that we do on our new monthly calls is we like to start out and celebrate accomplishments and new coaches. So I wanted to welcome 4 of my new coaches. So I wanted to welcome Lori Presnell, that's on the call tonight, and Vanessa Kendall, and Christy Claudio. I don't know if yep, there's Christy right there. So yeah, you guys just kind of wave. And then I've got Michelle. I don't think Michelle is on yet, but these women are like I said, just high quality human beings that I am very, very, very thankful for. And I believe I met them, guys, not to be like weird, but I believe I met them all on Instagram. I know that's always interesting to find, like, where did you meet your, but most of my people, like most of my, I would say, cold market that like I didn't have a connection to through some other way, like Lori, Jenny, Nikki, we all had some type of connection like through other people. I met on Instagram. So just putting that out there, that the ones that I had no connection with, we met on Instagram. And I really believe that that's a really, really great place to meet people that have a very similar heart. Oh, there's Michelle. Hey, Michelle. We're just welcoming every new coach. And as far as like news and new things, Lindsay Wilkins, if you didn't see, had her baby, Maeve, a little girl. Lindsay also, I don't think she's on here, but which isn't surprising because she just had a baby. She is Success Club legend. She is about to lock in, I believe it's her first 2-star bonus. Maybe it's not her first 2-star bonus, but a bonus for being 2-star, which is exciting. So for those of you that don't know, once you become, if you're a 2-star diamond, 5-star diamond, 10-star, or 15-star, there are quarterly bonuses for each of those landmarks that every time you are one of those ranks and you hold it for 6 weeks in a row during one of those quarters, there's a big extra bonus. So like the 2-star one is around $800 every quarter. The 5-star one is about $3,000 every quarter. 10 stars about 12 to 15,000, and the 15-star that's having 15 diamonds under you is like $40,000 every quarter. So that could be $120,000 in bonuses just a year for that rank. It's not easy, super not easy. Even Brittany Leggett, like she's a 15-star diamond in Millionaires Club, but she doesn't even get that bonus every single month because you have to have everybody hold rank. So it's not easy, but those are the types of things that we get to work for in the business. So what I like to do now is real quick, open it up and give you all a chance as leaders to shout out, welcome any new coaches you have on the call, or just any recognitions. And then this is kind of our spirit fingers clap just to recognize anybody. So does anybody have anything that they want to?
Amy.
Okay, go ahead.
Amy's on the call, new coach Amy, and I just want to say she's killing it already, and she's like super impressing me, like flying through our smart start and like really, really showing up. And then I have another new coach, Kayla, to welcome. I don't think she's on here, but if you are and I can't see you, Kayla, you're amazing too. I don't think she's on here. That's it. Amy, you're rock star.
Anybody else? Nope. Okay. Well, if you remember at some point, you can say something in the chat, and then I can give you opportunity at the end. Which, don't let me forget, at the end, I do have something that I'm going to be gifting, sharing to everybody that's on this call. Okay, so remember, I know that I'm going to get real excited and I'm going to forget. I'm not going to share the screen at some point in the right way. So just, Lori, I feel like you're always the one that has to step up and tell me I'm not doing it. So I'm going to put you in charge of reminding me. Okay, so what we are going to be talking about, first of all, can I get a thumbs up that you can see this screen? Okay, cool. We're going to be talking about how to create leads and what to do with them once you have them. And I I do have this as a PDF I can post somewhere, but I do want you to just take notes and feel free to ask questions in the chat box as I go. If you are a newer coach, even if you're not a newer coach, I'm letting you might be like, oh, Ashley, this is easy. Like, so if so, then I'm just like, I'm slow. But I invested in a program from Chalene Johnson, the Marketing Impact Academy, when I was a 3-month-old coach. So this is over 2 years ago. And it was about this system. And I'm still wrapping my head around it and finally getting it. And finally like, oh my gosh, why didn't I implement this full steam 2.5 years ago? So it's pretty hefty, but there's a lot of options. And I want you to understand big picture. As a business, I want you to think of yourself not as network marketers, we're Beachbody coaches, which we are, and we should be very, very proud, but more of I am a brand. I am choosing to be a health, nutrition, fitness brand, whatever your niche is, like whatever angle you are. And I use the Beachbody tools, Shakeology, the workout programs, nutrition, performance line, whatever your tools are, challenge packs. I use those to help people reach healing and growth in the areas that I like major in. But you need to set yourself apart as a brand. Okay, so let me move my little screener Madure up so I can see better. Okay, what is a lead? So a lead is a potential sales contact who expresses interest in your business, product, or service. It's different than your audience. So like your audience, when I say build your audience, which I really wanted everybody to focus on last month, and I want you to continue to focus on, it's easy to get excited and then kind of drop off. When I say grow your audience, that's not growing your leads. Like that's just positioning yourself so that you can take your brand and market it to a group of people, because unless they are in your audience, you have no hope of them ever becoming a lead or relationship or prospect. So it's somebody that actively says that they're interested in something specific that you're offering. So a lead isn't somebody that I post like, let's say Sam, oh my gosh, my husband broke my earphones. I don't even know where they are. Like I duct taped them together and everyone's like, oh my gosh, something like that happened to me, or they're engaging. That's not your audience engaging. A lead is somebody that I say, I have this to offer that's part of my business like funnel. Who is interested? And they say, I am interested. They've given you their contact information or permission to contact them in order to start a relationship. And once there's two-way communication, like they say, hey, contact me, and you contact them and you're talking to each other, then they're a prospect. So it goes from an audience to a lead to the prospect. So why do you want them? This travel is hard and uncomfortable. That was just part of the template that I didn't see and didn't edit out. So forget that little part, even though it looks like a pretty font. So the majority of people that you encounter day to day basis. Oh my gosh. This is totally just the template that I'm reading. This part I just didn't edit. Oh my gosh. Okay. Why do you want leads? Well, because otherwise, like I said, we are in our business and we're talking to all these people and we're trying to form them. We're trying to create relationships and we feel like we've got leads or prospects, but really we're just talking to people, which is what we need to do. But the focus needs to be on creating leads and creating prospects. So like, let's say you go, every summer, the kids have swim team, and that's like the most social time of my year. Like I'm exposed to the most new people, right? I have the most opportunity to like bring new people into my business. I'm as shy as anything when it comes to situations like that. So I'm a big fat failure so far, like 100 for 0. Like I have not gotten one lead or prospect from doing that in person because I don't have any skills there. I haven't created them, but you want them because that's what we do. We do network marketing, but if they just stay like an audience or like just in that kind of like beginning relationship stage, then you're not moving them. Like it's not going anywhere. We want people that have actively said, yes, I want to engage with you. I want something that you have, because the focus is, it's a funnel. What we want a big audience, like huge audience. The better the audience, we want a great audience, but we want a large audience. And it's like saying, okay, hey everybody, like come with me on the journey. And when they opt in to something you offer, and they say, I'm interested, get me on that free trip, the bus, they get on your big party bus. And then the funnel starts to narrow. And so you have different offers, things that you offer them. And some people are going to say, I don't think so. I want to get off the bus. Okay, they're not your person. And some people are going to say, I want to stay on the bus. Like I'm going to keep going. So then your funnel narrows. And there's your challenge group. And some people are going to say, yes, I want to go to the next destination with you. So they do a challenge group, and then they stay on that. And then the end of the funnel would be people saying, I want to become a coach. Like I want to stay on the bus. I want to go into the driver's seat and get there. So that's kind of like the thought process, is that don't be concerned with everybody saying yes to everything you do. It's a funnel, and it does get narrow. And if you start with very small audience, you know what I mean? It's going to just stay narrow. You want a big audience, and then the funnel will still stay bigger. All right. Okay. Why? Let me make sure. Why would somebody give you their email? Well, that's a good question. And that's something you have to ask. Why would your ideal prospect or client give you their email? Why would you give somebody their email? I see people do offers like all the time, and I'm not going to give them my email. I'm not interested in what they have. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't have time for that. I run free groups, which is something we're going to talk about. And sometimes I look back and I have to think, I wouldn't opt into that. That's too much work. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go and make some free account on Beachbody to get some workouts, to do something. I just want to do a couple sit-ups every day and feel like I did something great. You know what I mean? Like you have to think about where your niche person is right now. What do they want? What sounds fun and easy to them? But it's going to be different for everybody. So people aren't just going to give you their email because you want them to, because it's not about you. None of this is about you. You having a very large and successful business has very little to do with you trying to get what you want. It has everything to do with you trying to make other people be successful and you helping other people get exactly what they want, whether it's coaches helping them get exactly what they want, or your challengers helping them get exactly the results they want, or it's your prospects, or your audience helping them get what they want. So maybe you have info that will save them some time or can answer a question. I saw Susan finally, somebody, hairdresser, do a hair tutorial about how to curl their hair. That's what I want. I know that sometimes it's really like, oh, but that's boring, or I'm sick of that. But it's not about who we want to become and what makes us feel cool. It's about what the people that are following you want. I want to know how to curl my hair in different ways or blow dry it so I don't get kinks back here, or so it doesn't take 2 hours to do my hair. That's the kind of frivolous, superficial things that I will give my email for. I'm just being honest. And so you need to think, what kind of things are you good at that people will? An example might be, I would give my email for sure if somebody had a produce price comparison between Aldi, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Publix. And I could look at it and real quick get a shot of oh my gosh, I should buy my produce at this store. I should buy my gluten-free stuff, boxed things, at this store, and I should buy my meats at this store. That would save me so much time and be interesting to me. And for somebody that's already doing that or has that, all they have to do is type it up in Canva and offer that as a freebie. Are you trying to make their life easier, better, less lonely, more fit, healthier? What do they need? Okay, so here's some ideas for lead magnets. They're also called freebies. So these are things that you give in exchange for somebody's email. Once you have somebody's email, you have the key, you have access to them to communicate with them at any time, long term. So again, email is something that you give away for free in exchange for an email. A PDF download. We can make PDFs very easily on Canva. Like I said, it could be some type of comparison chart, a cheat sheet. So, a cheat sheet might be, it could be like the best drugstore makeup brands. It could be the top places to shop online for a family photo shoot. Like when you have to prepare for a family photo shoot and you want to look stylish and trendy. It could be the best prices, places to shop for toddler shoes. A cheat sheet could be the Dirty 30, you know what I mean? Not Dirty 30, the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15? 15? Yeah, so like it could be the top 10 essential, we're not essential oils people, but something like the top 10 essential oils for mood, for PMS, or the top 10 natural solutions for PMS or something like that. Like I would give my email when I'm in PMS and I'm like, ugh, I would drop my email to tell me how to be like not crazy. I would put it in there and I'd be like, baking soda in my ears? Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. You know what I mean? Recipes, giveaways, into your email, I'm giving away blah, this, whatever it is. A video series, it could be that you have, let's say you're really good at, what would be a good example? Let's say you have ab separation from having babies, and you have you put together a 3 or 5 point video series of exercises and tips for ab separation for moms to help heal that. And you do that. That could be one. Recipes, meal plans, resources. Really get creative. Like, okay, so here is the funnel, how it goes. It's called a lead funnel, a sales funnel, different names. We want to capture the email. How are we actually going to do that? What is our system going to be for that exchange? How technically are we going to do that? Then we need to deliver. How are we going to give them the freebie? Our time is valuable, so we want to figure out, are there ways that I can do it that are easier than emailing each single person one-on-one that says they're interested? Then we want to not just deliver like, yay, got your email, cool, you got your stuff, we're good. We want to over deliver. We want to make an impression, because we have to like move to the mindset of people don't want to be network marketers because they are afraid to market to their friends and family. So why in the world are we sticking with our small audience of friends and family and marketing to them? Let me just tell you, over time, you'll get over that fear, because you'll realize that like the people that are your real friends and family, like they'll get over their initial like, yeah, what's going on? And they will embrace it and they will be, supportive. But we want to be talking to more and more new people, and we have to gain their trust. And more than that, I wouldn't say more than that, that's very important, but we have to first just make an impression. They don't remember us. We are a blip. We are a blip in their day. And so we have to over deliver so we become a name, an impression in their head. The next is to invite to the main offer. So our main offer is challenge groups, challenge packs. That's our main offer. So we're talking about how to get them on a journey in order to win their trust and remembrance of us, to then earn the right basically to invite them to the main offer. And then if we hear crickets, it's not time for them, then the next part of the cycle is the new offer, and we just start over and we have something new to talk about. But there's a cycle to it, and it's not just boom, boom, boom. Okay. So here are some ways to capture leads. One that I see Beachbody coaches do like most often is count me in posts. So this would be a call to action post where the audience that wants what you're offering leaves an email, or they post, leaves an email in the post or the direct message, or they say something like count me in, or I'm in, or me. The next is landing pages, and I'm going to go over more about each of these. Many websites where the only thing you have to do is give your email, or one-on-one relationships, private invitations to take advantage. So the count me in post. These are great because they boost engagement. Every time somebody says, they put like, if you said, I a lot of times will do like, put your favorite emoji if you want me to send you more info, or say me and I'll send you more info, or type coaching and I'll send you a link to more info, or whatever, something like that. So the great thing about that is it's quick and it's simple, and it spurs on Facebook and Instagram's algorithm. So when somebody says me or coaching, then it takes your post and it pushes it out to their audience too. So it's growing the effectiveness of that post. Whereas if there was no call to engagement, I guess, in the post, then it could sit there and have 2 likes, no comments, but still you could get leads a different way by having a different call to action. So that's the good part about it, is boost engagement. The negative part is it's unorganized, as far as, let's say you do it and then you look back and you go through that batch of people that said me, and then you're moving on. You're making new posts. It's getting bumped down. You're not remembering to go and look for all those old posts to see if anybody new liked it, if anybody new commented. And at first, when your audience is really small and you haven't been consistent enough and posted enough in establishing yourself as some type of health brand, then people will not comment. People don't comment on mine. Let me just tell you, like Instagram, I just got to the point where people sometimes will say, me, I'm interested. That's not the people that become coaches usually. It's just not. So don't get your feelings hurt or feel like you're a loser or nothing's going to happen if you don't get that. You have to just keep growing and going. And you can also kind of consider the people that like that post. You almost have to consider them a lead. At first, they're not, but you kind of have to like consider that. It's like you're looking for, at first when you're building this business and you're doing this and you're growing your audience, you're almost like looking for a string in the sweater, or like the end of the string and a ball of yarn to start pulling. That's almost what you have to do. So sometimes you have to just go with the people that like it. Okay. So you must track your leads. If you're doing it this way and people are literally saying, I'm interested, you have to consider that the same as somebody filling out a beautiful form and saying, here's my email, I'm solid. If they literally are saying me or whatever you told them to do. So you need to track that. I suggest Teamsy and put a tag on it that's something like, I said like coach must have, or hot lead, or something like that. Something that's like, these are the people to invest my time in, because it's not the same. Like, it's not the same value you reaching out to a stranger and because you really, really want them to be, part of what you're doing and trying to spend time with them, and you reaching out to somebody that literally said, I'm interested in something you're doing. Like, that's not equally weighted as far as how warm they are in the process. Okay, so ideas, you can say, drop your email, emoji, a specific comment if you're interested. You can ask them to share the post or tag your friends. Be direct and confident. People don't use words like maybe, perhaps, if you want to, you might. Don't use words like that with doubt. Use words like drop this, click here, say this, share this, tag your friends. People love that type of confidence. So don't feel like you're going to get judged, because like that's what they want. That's what people crave, is that type of energy and confidence. Okay, so the next way to collect these is landing pages. And a landing page it's like a mini website. It looks very professional. The leads are organized. So this is I talked to someone recently that I was like, what, is there a reason you're not using the Instapages or something like that? And they said, oh, it's on my website. Well, that can make you feel great having this opt-in form on your website. But here's the thing about a lead page or an Instapage that, we use is that there's nowhere to go but click submit.
With you.
So there's no.
What do you want to play? I'm gonna make you your Shakeology right now.
Yeah.
So get the milk out. You get a kiss?
Okay, so there's nowhere to go on a lead page, but to put your email and push submit. You can't get lost to be like, oh, let me look at that recipe, or let me look at that offer. Okay, so I'm going to change my screen share now to show you a couple of examples. And this is where I always kind of get lost, so let's hope I don't. Okay. Is it sharing? Is it sharing my Instapage now? Yeah. Okay, so this is a lead page app, I guess. It's called Instapage. It's something that I give access. It's like an incentive that I give to all of my personally sponsored coaches that hit Success Club. So if you hit Success Club last month, you'll have access to it this month. If you didn't, you'll have no access to it this month. Plus, I give access to my top 5 downline Success Club earners. I am looking to expand who in the downline I can offer this to, but right now I'm limited. I might be able to in the future have something like, if there were more downline past those 5 Success Club, top 5 Success Club earners, you might be able to like chip into. Basically, I was given a free account, a free premium account, but I still have a cap on it. So, but all personally sponsored Success Club earners. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like, which is a good one. Okay, so let me show you. Open link in new tab. So this is the crock pot challenge that I did. So this was my lead magnet, okay? I would post all last month. So like I just started my crock pot challenge on Monday, and I'm actually like feeling behind because I should have set my next challenge. I've decided will be in March. It will be a water challenge. And I need to set up a new landing page and start casually talking about chapped lips, skin and water, hydration, and casually say like, hey, if you want to, it's not starting till March, but if you want to get on the wait list for when I have my water challenge and you think that March would be a good time, click here. And it will take them to, this is a landing page. So you can see it's not a website. There's not a bunch of places to look at. All they do is put their name and their email, and I do ask them where they heard about it, so that I can kind of track that. The cool thing about it is that you can make lots and lots of different versions of this same one, and it randomly will send it to a different, like each person will see a different one. So then you can test which one converts the most, the best. And so it does it by that. It's like a random thing. So then I can come in here and I can go to analytics. And this, this is a quick overview. I'm not expecting everybody to like pick this up. I want to give you a vision of how this would work. So I tested, when I did this, I tested 2 different versions of this Instant Pot page. And variation A converted 33.8%, variation C 37.2%, and it was at 40. So what that means is that on the variation C that you saw, almost 40% of the people that came to the page, I had 247 people look at it, and 92 gave me their email. So this is just crazy right here, even thinking like, wow, I had that many people look at what I offered. But it just kind of like shows you that it's both a numbers thing of having enough people look at it, and then it's also always realizing that we can get better at our skill. And sometimes our skill isn't what you think it would be. Sometimes we think, oh, I can't do this because I can't take good pictures like this person, or, I don't have this. But sometimes when you do these testing things, it's the pictures that you took with your iPhone that look like they were taken with your iPhone in your living room, like it's obvious. It's those ones that convert really, really well. So never ever say that I can't do this, or I'm not good, or this doesn't look good enough, because it's the analytics that are the judge of what's doing well, not you. So let me just show you my two versions of, actually, you know what I'm going to show you? I'm going to show you my, that's my other. So this was my other Instant Pot one, if you see it real quick, that didn't do as well. And I've had conversions when I'm looking at things that converted like 10%. So it is definitely a lot of figuring out. Okay. Best gym ever. Okay, so this is my challenge group one that I did last month for like the all access, when I needed interest in that. And let me just tell you guys, if you don't ask people to fill out a form or to show interest, they don't. I have been so busy doing projects this week, finishing up this Instant Pot free group that I way overcommitted to, that I have not put out any high quality call to action post for this next challenge group. No great videos, no great looking. I don't have any leads. I don't have anybody coming to me. I ended up with 35 Success Club points last month. I have none, just like you all right now, because I haven't put in the work. I haven't like gone for that big right hook. I haven't been inviting people because I'm scurrying to just catch up. So I did all different variations to see what, is this the right one? Okay, look, you can see I did all different variations. So like on these landing pages, you can make them like really kind of cool. But this is, let me show you. I thought like, oh, well, that's the nice one. This is the one that did the best. You guys can do that, right? That's super simple. I took, these are just taken, like, this was in a J. Crew changing room, and this was in my old bathroom in Florida. Like, anybody can do that, right? And that's what converts. So there, that's like super, super simple. Let me give you some other examples of, whenever I see these on Facebook, I always save them, because at some point I'm going to go back and really study them. But these are different ones that caught my eye, ads that caught my eye that I saved so I could look at kind of their thing. So this is a lead capture. This is what online marketing is right now. This is what's working. So this is the train we need to get on. This is a fitness person. She comes up in mine all the time. This is a checkout page. So she's not necessarily, she's going straight for the sale. Okay, I see these people all the time, and you guys might too. They are selling Ideal Protein, like shakes, but they are marketing like they're ultra professionals. So what they're doing is they're offering lower quality product, but they're doing higher quality marketing and branding. And they're putting a lot of money into their ads too. So I just want to kind of show you this so you can see how we kind of all have the example. So this totally gets your attention. You're like, wow, she must be amazing, right? So click here, take into a landing page. It's going to look, there she is before and after too. Going to show me some stuff. Okay, then I'm going to click and I'm going to do count me in. And I did this just to look at what it is. I'm going to submit. Then she's going to have a different video, and she's going to say, yay, this is awesome. We're going to do 15 days of abs. She has me complete an application that's like basically like what we ask our challengers. She's asking what meal plan, submit, and then connect with me on Facebook. Are you committed? So, I mean, we can all do this, guys. Like, this is, I don't want to say it's super simple because it's work. I mean, who wants to go and like shoot a video like this and write a script? I don't. That takes a lot of work. But heck, how great would the payoff be if you had this and you just, that was your thing. Like you just did it and you just kept doing it. And instead of like trying this group and trying this ad and trying this and this, you were like, this is good. And then all it was is little tweaking. Should I do purple or pink here? You know, should I have 2 buttons here or 3 buttons here? Let me kind of show you some others. This same thing. This girl, I like checked it out. These are all Ideal Protein people, but they've made a brand. Okay. Hers is the mommy trainer. Super. You're like, yes, I want that. I want to be that. I just got some good professional pictures. Maybe a boob job, maybe. And they put up their before and after pictures. And you opt in. And then they give you a 15-day free mommy challenge, which is probably some sit-ups and jumping jacks and anything else that we can all do. And we don't have to start with producing all of this type of stuff. We can literally use like workout labs, like workouts we find on Pinterest and stuff like that. People are looking to join the emotion and the energy. They're not actually like this, what they're offering. They're not looking to change people's body. They are looking to sell Ideal Protein shake. Okay. They don't have what we have. Same thing. She's giving away a ebook on smoothies. Is she the mommy trainer too? But it's the same funnel. Like this is, and I'm just showing you fitness people that are popping up into my, I'm showing you fitness people that, cause they pop up into my thing, but this is the same thing with, well, here's one, hers is about styling and how to dress, like how to style yourself. So you give your email. Okay. So anyway, that's a landing page. And if you don't get Success Club or you haven't, and you don't have access to Instapage, but you still want to do something like this, you can use Wufoo and make a really simple one. You're going to have to play around with it. It's not going to look quite as pretty, but there are ways to do it. So you can go to wufoo.com and you can make a new form. You can change around the themes. You can change the header and put a picture of you up there, and you can just ask people for their email, and you can build it that way. You could also use Google Forms. You can go to Google Forms and they have some pretty themes. You can embed video. You can put pictures in there. They can submit their email, and it will collect it that way. So the Instapage is just has more analytics, and it's easier to look at the leads when they come in. Wufoo and Google, you need to go check. But they're still options. Okay. So I would suggest anybody that doesn't have the access to the landing page to do Google Forms, or I think actually Google Forms looks nicest. And I also, you can test things out, but I would suggest just getting people's email. I did some fancy ones, and I was at first, a lot of Beachbody coaches, they do applications, asking the questions up front. But what I found is as you moved into your cold market, it's too much for people. Like it lowers your conversion because they're more scared. And I would rather just get someone's email and have a chance to get them into like a challenge, a free group, or start a conversation with them than never ever get that chance because it was too much for them to do anything. And I will say just like a little note with the landing page or Wufoo or Google, you can do what's called like a thank you page or a redirect. And I usually redirect them. Like it basically is once they push submit, what happens. And I usually make it to where it says, thanks for filling it out. I'll contact you soon. But then it takes them to my like Facebook group or my Facebook page so that they push join. That's usually what I do. Okay, so then the last way to get their emails, like, you know, to create these leads is one-on-one relationships. And this is what we do most of the time as coaches. And I don't want you to stop doing this because this way seems really ineffective and really, really stressful and overwhelming because you can't hit the numbers unless you put in the time. So like, whereas you saw on those landing pages, they reached like 247 people, actually went to my page, probably reached as like an invite thousands. So out of thousands, 247 people clicked through and looked at it. 92 people gave me their email. So if that's the case, one-on-one inviting, you may have to invite like 800 people to get, or 400 people. I don't know what the ratio is, or, you know, to get 247 to go look at your page. And so it's not, and honestly, it might be that you have to invite 300 people to get 247 people to look at your page. And I actually think it's more like that. I actually think the ratio, the conversion ratio on one-on-one invites is probably the highest out of everything because it's the most direct and it's the most relationship driven. I just think that it's the most exasperating because because you're not working those numbers, you're not getting to see the conversions within the ratio. So that to say, do not stop one-on-one inviting. I'm not going to. I don't have that luxury to stop and just let this, you know, go kind of as a machine going in. Because yeah, so it's how I think you get higher quality relationships. So do not stop the one-on-one relationships because they're very, very effective. They're just not efficient. And so here's some tips. So make casual posts about freebies, about the freebie subject, and then invite those who like or comment. So like I said, if I was like posting about, let's say I got a water filter, a Berkey water filter. If I made a post about my Berkey water filter and people were asking about it, then I could take that as a cue, those comments or even those likes, if I didn't get comments, to then go and privately invite them. Hey, I saw you comment, you asked about my Berkey water filter on my post. I love it so much. I would love to tell you more about it. Are you considering it? How many people in your family? By the way, I'm doing a water. You seem to like be interested in health. I'm doing a water challenge. Doesn't start till March, but I would love to have you part of it here. Is that something you'd be interested in? Yeah, that'd be great. I have this many people in my family, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why they're talking in a high voice to me like that. But then they say yes, you give them you get their email, if that's how you're going to do it. Or if you have a landing page, you send them to a landing page, or you just get their email and you make note of it, whatever it is. Okay, next step. I'm trying to move along. I want it to like get as much information to you guys, even though I know it's fast and furious. Ways to deliver your freebie. So this was that cheat sheet. This was those videos that you were going to do. This is this does not have to be hard. If you're a teacher, this can be 5 lunch ideas that you'll actually look forward to eating when it's lunchtime, that won't get soggy or whatever. Cloud storage, landing pages, a website, private Facebook group, or private YouTube list. And so I'm going to go through those. But real quick, I wanted to just give some ideas of how to organize and store all these emails. You can use Teamsy and then tag them. You can write lists on paper, on spreadsheets. You can keep them organized in the app, like Instapage or Wufoo. If you're using an email autoresponder, which I'll talk a little bit about that more, they will keep a list there too. Or Gmail, if you use Gmail, most people do, there's a free extension called Streak. And I have some tutorials on how to set that up that I can pass on to you. But with that, it's just a way to like organize your email, but you can organize people into different sections. Okay, so delivery. I don't know why it's all white and it's weird. Okay, so cloud storage is basically just putting it up in a satellite somewhere up in outer space, uploading it so that you get a link that someone else, if you give them the link, it automatically downloads. So ways to do this, the ones that I use or know is Google Drive. You have Gmail, you have Google Drive. You just can Google Drive if you don't know what that is. Basically, it's just cloud storage where you would upload a PDF, or maybe it's a JPEG or something like that. And if you don't know what a PDF or a JPEG is, Google that too. You put it up there and you'll click like a link that says like share, and it will give you a link, and then you would deliver whatever it was. We'll talk about how to deliver it too, but you would deliver it in an email. Hey, saw you signed up for my free water book. I made, like, here's the thing, guys, I'm all about making stuff for the team. So like I have lots of freemiums that you guys can just have and take. I have a free water research book PDF that I did that you can take and you can give that out and advertise. Here's the water PDF. In an email, there's the link, or you can message them if that's how you're going to do it. Dropbox is another way, same thing. You're going to get a link. Amazon S3. I use that because it makes it to where it's not like you go to Google Drive. Sometimes Google Drive quits on my phone for some reason. It's like one less step. So that's what I do. They click the link and it literally downloads. Or if you have a website or a blog, you can upload it in your file manager if you know how to do that. Okay. The next thing is you can use a landing page, like any of these Instapage, Lead Pages, blog page. So Instapage, Lead Pages was like the Mac Daddy, I guess, like the most known lead page. And that's what I used to use. But then we were kind of gifted this free account by one of my, I guess, like success partners that I have. She works for Instapage, so she did that as a really nice gesture. And so I'll just show you super quick what that can look like. And I don't usually actually use this. This is not what I usually do because I don't usually do it this way because I like to deliver it in their emails because I want people to get used to checking their emails from me. So, but you can see how nice it looks. And then if I click download now, it's downloading to my computer. So that's what that delivery would look like. And here's the cool thing too. If you use our Team Instapage, you can just click a button and do duplicate, and you can duplicate mine, or anybody else on the team's what they've done. You can duplicate it and then just go put your stuff in. So you don't have to even know anything about layout. You just have to know how to click some buttons to upload and type. All right. Okay, so then the next would be a YouTube playlist. So YouTube playlist is just where you upload YouTube videos. And then you have like a little option where it says, do you want to add them to a playlist? And so it's basically a category. And so you could add a playlist that maybe, let's say it was like hair, like braids, like 10 different ways to do braids. And you could make 10 different videos, and it could say like braids, top 10 braids. And that could be your playlist. And so every time you uploaded a new video about braids, you would add it to that playlist just by clicking a button. And then you would have a playlist, and you can make it unlisted, which just means anybody that's searching can't find it. But anybody that has the direct link can see everything. And so what you could do, instead of stressing yourself out and being like, forget growing my business or getting Success Club or inviting anybody, I'm just going to make braid tutorial videos for the next month. And yeah, this will all make me like super successful. No, that's just going to make you working on braid tutorial videos and nobody know that you're a health and fitness coach that can help them. But what you can do is you can think with the end in mind and think, I think that this would be a really good freemium. Oh, there's a little bedtime thing. A really good freemium. And so what you could do is you could say, all right, I think I could put out a new braid tutorial every other week. Or like Michelle, she's getting married. She could do something on wedding planning every other week. And her goal could be to come up with a how to plan your wedding in 3 months, like, or 6 months or less or something. And she could do a video every week, every other week, whatever her pace was, about how to plan a wedding. And she could sit down and talk to the camera. And then when she's out and about running errands, she could take some like live video, or not live, but video on her phone and save that. And then as she's doing it, she can release it and be like to everybody, to all of her social media. And it can just be a new video about wedding planning or about doing hair or whatever. And then 2 weeks later, you put out another. And let's say it takes you 6 months or a year to make these videos, but you just release them as you go. Then 6 months or a year, boom, you've got these videos that seemed like they were just things that were scattered. And now they're all, by just going, gun, 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 they're all in a playlist, and they're a beautiful freemium that's very high quality. But you did it as you were building something very high value, as you are also building your short-term social media. My How to Look Great in Pictures free group and video series, it took me 2 years. 2 years. It's not like something I just like did all of a sudden. So if video is your thing, or this can apply to anything. If you wanted to come up with a PDF of tips, you can be dripping the tips as you get them, and just being like, okay, long term, this is going to be something really cool. That's what I'm doing with my recipes. I'm doing free groups that have to do with recipes, but in my head, I'm thinking long term, I'm going to make a cookbook, like a recipe book that I'm going to give to the team that then they can offer as part of their challenge groups. That's going to be a really high quality, like a really a big value add to everything. Okay. So Facebook private groups, build a long-term tribe. So I highly recommend that no matter how you deliver your freemium, if it's in a YouTube or it's a download or it's emails, that you also have a private Facebook group community for your prospects. So this is not something that's like, oh, this month I start an Instant Pot group. This one, it's a clean eating. This one's the ab challenge. This one's the blah. That's what I did for 2 years. Oh, guess where all those prospects that joined my first biceps and booty challenge a year and a half ago are? I don't know. They're somewhere in a Facebook group, just like in Facebook jail on an island. And what am I going to do with them now? Be like, hey, remember how I kind of got to know you a year and a half ago? Do you think that you would go and join this other group that I have now? Because I think I've got my stuff together now. And I think I could be, help you now. No, like they're gone. So now I just have one group And I just, every month, I have a goal to just add more people and add more value. And I don't have it figured out. Like, I want to make that community great. I want to make it fun. I want people to laugh. I want them to look forward to what I'm going to post. I want to add value. I want to make their life better. But right now, it's not that great. I put a lot of work into my actual free groups, but there's not a ton of engagement, and I've got like 380 people in there now. That's not what we're going for. We're not going for making ourselves feel popular. We're going for the big build. It may take you to get to 12,000 in that group in order to get the right people as part of the community. And when you do that, when you hit the threshold, the tipping point, then you will have key players that will take over, and they will become your community. They will become your leaders. It's the same with coaching. It takes so much time, like not effort time, but long, like just sticking with it, to build a tribe, to build a team where it's not you just like holding everybody's hand and trying to like, you know, figure like out of be everything. Once you get people on your team that show up to calls, that engage, that add value, that help other people, it's like the best thing, but it takes a really long time. And so with these Facebook groups, for free prospects, it takes a long time, but you're going for the long-term vision. And it's a great way, like you get them in there, you do your best job, but we're all just figuring it out. Oh, and also the more if you have them in the group, the more you engage back and forth with them publicly or in the group, the more it helps your algorithm. So they're going to see your main Facebook post too, and their people will too. Okay, and then to go like super professional, like the pro online marketers, they will hold their course, whatever it is, like a mini course, in a website they look super cool and nice. And honestly, I spent a lot of time looking into that and researching it and starting ones. And in the end, it wasn't worth my time yet. So I wouldn't necessarily encourage this unless you have like a spouse that says, I'm going to do this all for you. I'm going to take whatever content you do, like it's a couple videos instead of a YouTube playlist. They want to make it look super beautiful on a website. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it. Okay, next we want to over deliver. So they've gotten the product, whether it's a Facebook group that you're giving them, like a free group. That's what most coaches do. We want to over deliver, because otherwise it's just like, hey, high five, see you later. And how can we over deliver? We can use an email series. So we're going to guide them through a journey. We can use a Facebook group and also give them a journey through engagement and community. One-on-one relationships, we can get to know them better by being consistent with following up, with forming prospects, and just, befriending people. And you have to also realize that if you are establishing a brand and you have some type of opt-in that some type of freemium or freebie that somebody's saying they're interested in, that they will be excited to talk to you one-on-one. If you don't go in there with whatever, it's like a swipe, like credit card swiper, like, hey, let me just get a sale off of you. If you go and you just are like there to be their friends, that's unexpected. And that's an awesome thing. That's over delivering. So unexpected value, and then giveaways. So real quick, going to go through those. So email series. I'm working to use a lot of these different things. And so an email series, basically what that is, and you can use Streak, which is free, and that's in Gmail, and that it just organizes things better, and you can kind of send out like bulk emails and you can schedule them. So like I will write out, it's basically if I have, let's say let's say a 5-day ab challenge, I will write out a series of emails. And I'm just starting to do this, so I don't want it to be like you guys are behind or anything. It's like this is all long term. But it might be, the first one might be as soon as they sign up, they get an email and it says, yay, like I saw that you are going to be part of the ab challenge. I'm super excited. My abs have always been my trouble zone. I worked so hard to, try to figure myself out and my health out and my tummy for so many years. And it wasn't until 2.5 years ago that I finally did. I'm so excited to share some of my best tips on getting, bikini ready abs for the summer. Don't forget, make sure you add yourself to this group and download the PDF of exercises that we'll be using. Here's the links. And then the next day I might email, hey, I wanted to make sure you added yourself to the group. We don't start for another 3 days, but I have a post. I want you to introduce yourself. I find that accountability is really key in seeing results. So, reply back with these 2 answers to these questions if you're in. 1, what is your trouble zone or something? Or 2, what have you tried in the past that hasn't worked? What have you tried that has worked? Something like that for engagement. The next email may go out 3 days later and say, hey, tomorrow's the day, we're about to start. I find that I need to get up a little bit earlier when I'm adding something new to my routine. What time here's a couple of blog articles on sleep and waking up early. I don't know. You're adding value. Don't forget to add yourself to the group. The next one, day 1, here's the challenge for today. Did you know that, have you ever heard the saying, abs are made in the kitchen? This is why, blah, 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 blah. Here's a link to the group. Don't forget, to do your exercises. This week we're doing 1 set or like 20 reps of each set of exercises. Comment done in the group when you're done. And every day they get something like that. So you can use Streak and you can write them out and you can even schedule them out, or you can just say like, okay, write it out in your calendar. Today I need to go in and I need to send this group of emails. Like and it's not like a BCC. It's like a little bit, it's higher level than like, they're not going to have like a batch, see everybody's email. You can do that. The other way you can do it is MailChimp. That's free at first up until like a number of emails that you have on there. And MailChimp it looks nicer, has more functionality. You can grow with it more, but it doesn't do automated emails. And so the next step is something like Aweber or ActiveCampaign. I started with Aweber and then went to ActiveCampaign. I like it better. There's ones that are much higher level, like super, super expensive. These aren't free, but they are, if you're like, this is how I'm going to structure my business, they are ones you want to consider working towards because they have more functionality. But they have automation. So literally this is what marketers do. If you're on email lists where you're getting emails, people aren't sitting there every day. They write out the journey. And so it's a trigger. So it's like when someone clicks opt in, it triggers it and it puts them on a list and it says, send email 1 immediately. Email 1 is the welcome one. And then it goes, wait 1 day. Send email 2 after you wait 1 day. Email 2 goes out. Wait 3 days. Send email 3 out. Boom. And so it's this automation. And it can get really like, you can do automations, and I don't understand them yet, where it's like, if they click this link, send this email. If they click this link, send this email. So what this does, this type of email series, is that you're on their mind daily. Whether they are email people and in there, like I'm not an email person, not anymore. I have about 70,000 unread emails from the past 13 years in running multiple businesses, and they just get buried. But if an email pings up at the right time in my day, which is usually around 9 o'clock when I'm sitting here always have my phone, different times of day. If it pings, ding, I look at the headline. And if the headline catches my eye, I will swipe and open it. And even if I never open those emails, I know the names of a bunch of like marketers that are marketing things that I've opted into. And so if I ever need help in those areas, like I'm like ready to learn more about something, I will go into my email and I know who to look for if I need them. So that's something that, like, one of the reasons that you would do this. And if you do this, you also will have their emails forever. So let's say you do a free thing and you have a 7-day email series. Well, then you can get to the point where you're doing once a week emails to all of your people. So you might have, 20 emails from somebody that wanted to do a clean eating challenge and maybe had another free group that was super successful, and you have 100 emails and then you have 10. So they kind of got their own little journey. And then you have every week you send everybody out some type of, maybe it's like you just go to Beachbody blog or you go to other people's blogs and you gather up links of things that you think would be helpful. Hey, here's, I know summer's right around the corner, which it's not, but let's say it was. Here are I've been perusing around Pinterest and I put together my favorite summer salad recipes. I thought you'd like them. Here's also a article about radiation in strawberries or something like that. I don't know. But you can do that. And then that way, if you're giving them value every week, then we'll see in a second, we are allowed to ask for the invite. So the next way to over deliver is Facebook groups. And I kind of like talked about this, so I'm not going to go through this a lot more because it's just different what parts of the journey in a Facebook group. But basically nothing stronger than someone feeling loved and accepted in a community like a Facebook group. There's an opportunity for not only for you to love the prospect and make them feel included, but over time you'll gain lifers and their trust. And you'll also set the tone to like what it's going to be like to work with you. So there's all different things that you can do to, like, I'm going to start in my free group next week. I'm going to start doing like once or twice a week virtual fit clubs or boot camps where I'm just going to make up some type of workout and get on a Zoom and do it because I want to build that trust in that community and over deliver. And I'm probably going to beg some of you, well, all of you, to show up so I'm not alone doing jumping jacks in front of the screen. But I know that it's probably going to be like that for a while. It just is, but it's okay. You just keep doing it. Then one-on-one relationships. Be a genuine friend. So one-on-one relationships are the most powerful thing. Way more powerful than an email. There's a marketer that I think she coaches people like with network marketing named Tanya Eliza. She's in my email thing every day. If Tanya Eliza, though, started messaging me and getting to know me and asking about, let's say, adoption or how I cook or something like that, I would be like, oh my gosh, like, we're friends? Okay. Wow. Okay. So don't underestimate like the influence and power you have in someone's life to be their friend, and don't go for the sale, go for the friendship. And Teamzy, again, is a good way to keep notes on this and kind of remind yourself to like check in with people and continue relationships so you don't drop the ball. Unexpected value. This might just be replying to them quickly, showing extra interest in them as a person, engaging on their feed, giving like having high quality work, surprising them with like a lot of value and high quality, being fun, and just adding personality, adding fun to their day. This could be all different types of things. So this is where you think outside the box and you just surprise them with something they're not used to seeing, a journey they're not used to seeing. And then giveaways. I find when I've done giveaways in free groups that my engagement goes way up. So I find the best way to do it, like I'm doing a giveaway in my Instant Pot group, but it was like a contest to see who can submit the best recipe. Because I thought, oh, if they submit their recipes, then I could help build my library of recipes, and they're helping me get that done. Well, nobody's done it yet. I mean, the deadline's tomorrow. Nobody's done it yet. But when I've said, I'm going to raffle off a free Fixate cookbook to everybody who comments on every daily challenge, then I had like lots of people comment, and I say lots, maybe 5 people comment each day. And then when 5 people are commenting, maybe 6 people will comment, because then it's like starting a thing. And ironically, nobody even commented every day. Like they all dropped off at some point. So I didn't even end up giving the giveaway because nobody commented every day, but it did boost the engagement. So you kind of over deliver just by offering excitement, because people are naturally drawn towards more free stuff or the excitement of winning. And here's some just ideas of what you could give away as giveaways. Fixate cookbook, packets of Energize, Shakeology packets, a workout tank, maybe a headband, cooking gadgets like a little mini spiralizer, of Veggetti, which I always feel like I'm being dirty when I say that word, or Gold's Gym weights. They have some weights that are like vinyl weights, and they're $20 at Walmart. They're like $15 right now. And so that's like a really high, I think it's like a high value giveaway that's not crazy expensive. Okay, now how do we invite to the main offer? Because we've talked about why to capture their email, how to do it. And now we can't just book it. I was actually talking to Sam today. I was like, Sam, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I have totally sabotaged our business and our whole family life this week because I underestimated how much time it was going to take me to do this Instant Pot free group. Because I have a bad habit of wanting to make things like, I don't know, like just amazing, whatever. But then they don't end up being amazing so basically instead of doing an Instant Pot challenge where I went onto Pinterest, found the silly Instant Pot recipes I wanted to use, and then every day posted a new one, did an email series where I gave it to a new one and added some fun engagement. I had to go create my own recipes, tweak them so that they were like allergen free and no sugar, buy them all, formulate them so that they made sense, do a shopping list, photograph them, and lay them out into 2 cookbooks. That's taken me 2.5 weeks. That is not moving maybe long term, it will help my business, but I made it too complicated. So I want you guys to just remember that, keep the main thing the main thing. So the main thing is the challenge group and inviting to that. We're just figuring out how the journey to get there. So how are you going to invite to the main offer? Well, if you've been sending them out, I'm going to go ahead and just skip to these. If you've been sending them out emails along the way, then you've earned the right to invite them via the email to your offer. So again, you can use Streak, MailChimp, Aweber, or ActiveCampaign. I'm sure there's a million other ones that you could use. I would start making it casual. So let's say you're doing a 5-day free group, or let's say you gave them one cheat sheet, and it was like a shopping comparison, like I said. The first one might be, here's the shopping comparison. The next one might be like, here's a couple other shopping tips that I know. By the way, I have if you're interested in nutrition and fitness, I run monthly accountability groups. You can learn more here. a little link, like a PS. So it's going to start off as like kind of a PS, and then it's going to become more and more of a main offer. And then by the end of your email series, which might be like 4 to 10 emails, it's going to be like, here's the offer. If you're interested, here it is. It starts here. Here's what you get. And then by the very end, it's going to be like, last call. Let me really spell it out. Here's testimonies from people. Here's some before and afters. Like, last call. I'm closing it out tomorrow. And a lot of times it's not till that last call one. If you've got enough people that you're emailing, you've got to have enough people. If you've got a 25% open rate, and you've only got 100 people that are reading it, and only 25% of them read it, and you've got a 10% conversion rate, then you're not working with, or 5% conversion rate, you're lowering your numbers, and 100 would be a lot. So let's say you only have 5 people on your email list that you're doing this. You can't expect a sale right away, but you also can't give up on the process. We have to follow through on these things. We can't just drop people because we're not getting what we want when we want it. The next thing would be a Facebook group invite. So this would just be kind of like something that you would put in your regular social media feed, an ad. When I say an ad, I mean a graphic with some text that grabs their attention, and then a post copy. And it would just explain what the group was and why they were being invited, and be very clear. I'm realizing that calling mine a fitness challenge is not really what I do. I'm not challenging their fitness. That's not what the challenge is. I'm using tools. So figure out like how you can best convey what you do offer. And then if it's in a free group, you need to explain very clearly, both in the emails, if you're doing emails, or just the free group, or both, why it's different from what they're getting right now. So like literally say, this will be different than, this ab challenge, because you will get access to over 25 full workout programs with a trainer, like a celebrity or elite trainer, leading you in everything. You will get access to a cooking show. You will get this, you will get this, you will get this, you will get this. The community that you will be in will be a tighter, more committed community. Spell it, any type of risk they might have in their head, like, well, isn't that what I'm doing right now? You've got to spell out why it's going to be different. And then, of course, relationship, one-on-one relationship invite, which is what we do a lot now. So a lot of you hate doing personal invites. Do not stop it. I'm telling you, it is the most effective. It's just not the most efficient. I'm giving you ways that are scalable. So if you're going to go with scalable options, you can't use it as a scapegoat, and you have to scale big. This means you're going to have to 10x your, in 10x, is it the rule? 10x rule? No, I'm like messed up on it. It's a book, and it's amazing. So it's in your face, but it's really, really good. So you're going to have to 10x the amount of audience, the efforts you're putting forth to fill your free group or your freemium. So like I found, in order to get about, if I want to get 50 to 100 people interested in my offer, they may never go in my free group, but just to give me there as a lead, I have to start advertising it a month ahead. And I start out very casual. Like I said, like, I'm drinking water. I'm going to do this group. If you want to be, leave your email or click here to be added to the wait list. And then the last 2 weeks is like, boom, picture of me, water, says something about water, join now. Like, that's kind of how my flow goes, is casual, sign up here. If you're interested, you can do it. And then as like the 2 weeks before, I'm advertising challenge groups or a free group or coaching, then it's like, boom, an ad about coaching. So the one-on-one relationships, I have spelled out every single step in the invite process with scripts, objections, what to do at any point you might get stuck, here at lovelearnthrive.com/invite. So please take advantage of that. I put a lot of work into that. And so far, whenever anybody's asked me a question in the invite process, I have not had to go back and tweak it yet. Not that I'm not willing to, but I feel confident in the direction. All right, so what if this all doesn't work? What if you have a free group and you give a freemium and you collect leads and you try to connect with them and you try to give them your best and nobody converts? Well, that won't surprise me because that happens to me all the time. I mean, all the time. I have spent hours and money getting leads and nothing. But that doesn't mean it's forever. You have to let people be on their journey. Like that lady, Tanya Eliza, that I'm telling you, I heard her name in the book, The Miracle Morning, I think, a year ago when I read it. Signed up for something she had, okay? And she comes into my email box every now and then. And every now and then I'll go onto her blog when I need some information. I then, because I did that, I'm sure that I'm going to start seeing her ads for a course or something like that. And when I have the money and when I'm ready to learn about what she has, I will probably purchase. I probably will, just because it's a long-term journey. But she may have had to market to me for like a year or two. So this is a great thing. If it doesn't convert right away, whatever. You need to just keep going. And every time you need to just think, all right, let me get more in tune. How can I double my numbers next time? How can I get more people to opt in? And just to make it like very clear, your whole process can literally be comment below if you want to be in my 5-day ab group. And every day we already have like template. It's in Canva and it's in Thrive in the photo album of ab exercises for 5 days. So every day you just put in a Facebook group. Picture 1, say done when you're done. This is what I did last month. It worked really well. Number 2, but how can you double your numbers? So if you get 10 people in last month, how could you get 20? How can you improve your audience? So like, let's say you looked at your audience, you're like, I don't think these are really my people. Well, how can you improve your audience so that you increase that ratio? How can you improve your value? If you did an ab group, at one point, and like, what could you do more? Could you do a virtual workout, an ab workout together? Even if nobody comes, if they know that you were there and you offered it, it's adding value. How can you improve your experience? How can you improve your timing? Do not send emails out at 1 a.m. because it's easy for you. You want the ping. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you aren't allowed to work at 1 a.m. I'm just saying try to schedule it if it's something that's like you're adding value. Also with timing, you just can't discount like saying, oh, nothing's working. You have to take into account everything that's going on. How can you organize? Okay, so here's one. How can you organize what you're doing so that you can save it and duplicate it? So the goal shouldn't necessarily, I think the goal should be for these freemiums to either create 1 to 2 like fantastic ones. Like mine, probably my long-term big one will probably be how to get rid of candida, how to tell if you have candida in your gut and how to get rid of it. That's a very small niche, and it's something that not many people are qualified to actually help someone figure out. So that I think that would do very, very well. I haven't built that. That's going to take me a lot of work. So, but once it does, that might be like I put all my effort into that, into making it convert better and better. Right now, what I'm doing is I've got it planned out in my calendar. I've written out for the next 12 months what free group I'll do every month. And I'm trying to rotate them with ones that are super easy, like a body workout, like ab, booty, arm, where I literally just put up every day, do this set of exercises and comment done when you're done. People like those. Or a water challenge. I'm going to challenge them to drink a gallon of water every day. Boom, you're done. Could be yoga, where you teach them one yoga move a day and you just literally go to workoutlabs.com or find a yoga pose somewhere and you just put it up there and you find a description of what to do. and you put it up there. Like, it can be very, very simple. So I'm planning that out ahead, but then as I do it, if I'm going to write an email series for it, then I'm saving it somewhere so that then maybe I do abs. I did them last month and maybe I do them in July again. So then I don't have to do anything in July. I've got the graphics, I've got the emails, I've got the ads that I used, and then maybe I test it, like I add a new graphic, or something, or ad, and I look and see. And when I say ad, I'm not necessarily meaning paid ads. I'm just meaning something that's not like, doesn't look like a post. It looks like a call to action. Okay. And then what's next? Try a new freebie. So that's what I was saying, like, try something different. Save what you did, improve every time, and then test. So if we're looking at this as a long-term vision, I would say the kind of the easiest way to do it would be to have 4 different free groups or freemiums that you rotate once a quarter. Have 2 be a body workout one because they take no effort, and then the other 2 be something that does not take a lot of effort either. It should not be keeping you from getting Success Club and doing your work. It should only be something you work on after you've hit Success Club and your goals. I'm going to be building a bunch of things. I have a 7-day slim down the team can use. Now I have an Instant Pot challenge and cookbook the team can use. There was an ab workout. Kelly's put a booty one that's in Canva. I think Nikki has a water one. There's clean eating ones. So these are ones that we can get from each other. And I would just say, plan it out what you're going to do, make it simple. But then if you rotate it and basically you're doing 4 of them 4 times, then you can test and you can improve, but do them all in the same group. And then, okay, good. I thought we were going to end about 10:30. So this is just the beginning. Once you have a lead, you can take them on any journey you want until they choose to get off the bus or to join you in the driver's seat. So embrace this, but don't look at this just like anything else as a quick fix. This is a way to build trust and continuity in a large business over time. And I think that doing it this way offers a lot of grace as you grow too. Like I've collected like 1,300 emails through starting this process. And like I will take them through a little bit of an email series, like the first step. And then I'm like, so I haven't gotten to the point where I send them out a weekly email or even a monthly email, even though I'm sure honestly it would take me 2 hours to gather some information. Oh, look, here's a client testimony. Here's a couple before and after pictures. Here's my favorite Valentine's Day healthy recipe that I got from Pinterest. Or maybe I wrote a blog and did it. Or maybe I wrote a post and I did it. It really wouldn't take much. It's just being in their ear. And okay, so I don't think I communicated this well. Once you finish with the freebie cycle and you invite them to a challenge group and they say no or nothing, you then start you can wait a little bit, a new email to where you invite them to the next free thing. So you kind of like, you go fishing again. It's like bait, basically. Like, all right, you didn't like that worm. How about this worm? You didn't like a clean eating challenge. How about a ab challenge? You didn't, here's a new thing that you might like. So it's like, okay, you didn't want to do the paid thing. Here's something else. I have another gift for you. And so then you start over. If they opt into that, then they just go on another email journey of the same thing. And then you end up inviting them to a challenge group again. And then they say nothing happens. The next opportunity. People aren't there obsessed with you. They're probably not. You're in it just you're trying to catch a break, basically. And you will. You just have to stick in there with it. Okay, so I know that was probably like a ton. I'm gonna look at the chat box. It is recording. And anybody have any questions?
Hey, Ashley, for the Insta page, I haven't taken advantage of that yet or even gotten a chance to look at it. Is there instructions somewhere to go to do that?
Yeah, I have, I put it in. So those of you that got Success Club, that were my personally sponsored coaches, or the top 5 from last month, I haven't started a new one, but I do like a message thread together. And so it is in a message thread, Helen, but I will,
Okay.
I put 2 YouTube videos to explain.
Oh, you did? Okay. Are your YouTube videos public?
No, so, but I can just get it right now.
Okay.
I can just put it in the actual, share it right now. So what, yeah. Okay, so here's how to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so that reminds me, so think of any questions you have. That reminds me of what I wanted to offer you guys. Okay, so I came across this app. I was actually told about it from the same Stephanie Mialki, who's the same person that works for Instapage, that is letting our team have this, access to it. Let's see. And I'm not trying to be stingy by saying everybody can't use it. It's literally like how she told me to use it. Like, as far as numbers. Okay, guys, just a second. Okay, so the other thing that she told me about, if I can find where it is on here, is this app where I put in a, sorry, I'm gonna show you. Okay, so it's this app where it does several things, but one of the things it does is it sends out a direct message to all new Instagram followers automatically. And the other thing it can do is, just like programs like Instagress, you can put in, like, say, follow and like post by these hashtags, people that use these hashtags, or follow and like posts by people who are following these users. So like, you could set it to be, if you love Joanna Gaines, you could find Joanna Gaines' Instagram handle, and you could put her and then whoever else, and it would go into Joanna Gaines' followers, and it would go and start following them and liking their things. Now you're going to start liking a bunch of different people, like, but I found I don't even care. I found that when you follow them and you're liking their stuff, then they follow you back. That's how you get people to follow you. So it does it for you, and it targets it for you. Now it's not a real person. Like, it's an app. So it's going to hit and miss, but it works, and it will gain you followers. But so that's one function, but the function of sending the direct messages has been golden. So I used it for, okay, so I used it just for 3 days, and this is what it sent out. Just a second. Okay, sorry. Oh wait, these are, okay, I must have deleted a bunch of them. It sent out, the message said, hi, I saw, okay, I think I tried to clear out the people that didn't reply that it said, but it said, hey, hi, I saw that we're friends on IG now. And I just wanted to say hi. Most people follow me for health and fitness. For tips for busy women, are you into health and fitness too? Any goals you're working on? And I guess that was a really good direct message to send new followers, because my inbox, now let me just say, I have grown my audience to 12,000 something in the past 2.5 years by outsourcing, by using either an app to do this, or I pay someone to go out and follow and comment and like on people's stuff to get them to follow me back. And then I pick it up from there and take over the relationships. So because of that, I have a lot of new people following me. So once again, it's a numbers thing. When you have if I have 100 followers a day, then this app is sending out 100 messages. So if only 10 people reply back, that's a big deal. If you have 3 people following you a day and the app sends out 3 messages, you may get nobody. You may only get like 1 reply or 2 replies a week. But I cannot even tell you what it's like to wake up and know that I did nothing. I did not spend 5 hours sending out 100 direct messages. Instead, I wake up, I did nothing. And I don't know if you can see this, guys, but everybody's like, I'd like to lose 50 pounds. I have an interest in health and fitness. I just had a baby. Can I ever lose the baby weight? I lost 20 pounds and now I'm working on this. Yeah, I want to become fit. I have 3 sons. I miscarried babies. Like, I haven't even gotten to these because all of a sudden I'm like, holy cow, everybody's telling me their goals. And I pushed a button on an app that said start. So for coming here and being part of our community and being amazing, I want you guys to be, well, you don't have to. It's up to you. Like, I guess the guinea pigs, because this is going to take, every new thing that I do or offer, it takes a little bit of tweaking or figuring out. I need some grace on kind of scaling it. So I would like to offer it to you all if you want. And I bought this software, and I can add as many people. Now, the only, I want to say risk, there's 2 risks. One risk is that it said in the manual, I asked Stephanie and she's like, oh no, it doesn't matter. Like, nobody does that. But it said that you should buy proxies if you're going to have a lot of people in the app. And I guess a proxy is like your IP address. So basically, Instagram would be saying that all of this would be originating from my IP address, and it could raise up a flag. So it said instead to purchase proxies, which are like alternate IP addresses around the country. So basically what I'm saying is I looked, and proxies are like $20 for 5 or 10 or something. I think they're like $2 a proxy a month. So your choice would be to either put $2 a month in to kind of have that like layer of safety as far as if Instagram flagged it, or to just be like, whatever. And then the other risk is because I was having so many followers and so many direct messages were going out, it was happening at a really fast rate. And so Instagram, sometimes when you do a new action at a very, like a unusually fast rate, it will like put a temporary hold on that action. So I went 3 days and it was doing it, and I was like getting all these messages. And yesterday for like 5 hours or something, I couldn't send direct messages out like that I wanted to. So there is like that risk. Now I can today, and it's fine. So like what I'll do is when I push start on it again, I'll just lower the number. I'll say like, instead of sending up to 120 messages a day, send out 115 or 10. So like if you're sending none out, we might want to start at like 10 a day or 20. You know what I mean? Like figure out kind of what that is. But I'm thinking what I'll do is I started creating a Google form where you would put in, like, you would have to do some homework and basically figure out what do you want your direct message to be, because I can't go in and like be changing it for you all the time. It's like figure out what you want it to be. And then what kind of hashtags. The app is, it's like $200. So I paid $200. Yeah, I think that's what the app is called. Follow Liker. There's one called Holler, HOLR, that's similar, but it's like $19 or $29 a month. So I thought I would just purchase this for the whole team. So anyway, where was I? Oh, I would need you to research your hashtags. So like, for instance, you probably wouldn't, if you wanted it to help you gain, like grow an audience too, you probably wouldn't want it to go after hashtags like fitness freak or fit mom, or like a lot of the fitness ones are just going to get you like Beachbody coaches and that kind of thing. You probably want to do things like My City Greenville. Our city's hashtag or slogan is Yeah, That Greenville. And so I would put Yeah, That Greenville, because I would love it if it then went and followed and liked a bunch of people from Greenville, because that would help me build a local algorithm. So you want to do things like that, or Allison's a golf mom. So like hashtag golf mom or something. You want to go into Instagram and like whatever your brain is thinking or whatever subject, type it in, search, and then look for ones that might be a little bit different. Like there might be one that's like has 1 million people that have used that. You probably want to use one that's like 4 down. Maybe instead of gluten-free, maybe I do gluten-free lunch recipes, gluten-free kids, gluten-free meal ideas, you know, something like that, to figure out what would your person be hashtagging and using. So, and then who would they follow? That's another one. Like I said, Joanna Gaines of the Fixer Upper. If that's your, like, I can see Beth being like very Joanna Gaines, or Pioneer Woman. Like those people I think would be good if she put in theirs. Now, a lot of their followers, if you look at them, are in Singapore or, you know, just crazy people. Not that people from Singapore are crazy, but they're not. So it's, of course, going to pick up some people that aren't ideal. But the goal, I mean, hey, it is targeted. That's my point. It is targeted, but it's not perfect. Okay. Anyway, does that sound good? Would you guys enjoy that? Is that a good perk? And that's something you can do manually yourself, is send out that message to new people, especially if you don't have a lot of people. Okay, so what I'll do, how do I get, can you guys do this? This is annoying. Actually, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna just take a screen capture of everybody that's on so that I have record of that. Okay. Any questions about anything we talked about? I know I just dropped a ton on you. No? Was this too much, guys? I can never tell if it's like, we can go back and just talk about mindset. And
do you ever find, I know like you know a lot more about like health, but do you ever find that like when you're trying, because I'm doing the email series now where I get people's emails, but I've been having people, when they sign up for my free group, sign up for a free account on Beachbody under me first. And then I tell them they need to do that so that I can send them weekly fitness, health recipe thing. But I always feel as if it's not good enough. Like, I feel like I don't know enough to give them. Like, because I just do very simple stuff that I can, like, look at it on, like, Women's Health or on Pinterest and make it into my own. Or should I just be using something on Pinterest and sending them an article, I guess? That's what it is.
Done is better than perfect. And I'm doing none of that right now. So I think you're doing awesome.
Yeah. Can I say something too?
Yeah.
Brandice, I'm finding that honestly, things that I think people know or things that I think people think are like everybody knows, people don't know. So the basic like stuff that you're saying, like, oh, it seems like nothing. It's not. It's huge for people. They don't. I mean, like I've had people ask me like, what's high fructose corn syrup? And to me, I would have thought, well, everybody knows that's just sugar, but people don't know. So it's good. And what you're doing, I think sounds awesome. I mean, it sounds like you're doing a lot. And nobody knows if you have a PhD in nutrition or you don't. It's whatever confidence you put forward and whatever authority you speak with is what they're going to trust. A lot of times people ask me questions and I Google the answer. So don't think you don't know, because if you have Google, you know.
And
that's my thought.
Everything under the sun has already been done. Like Beachbody blog, Gold's Gym blog, you know, Women's Health. I've been thinking I might get a subscription to Self Magazine or Shape or something and just be like, oh, here's a bunch of good fitness poses. Oh, here's a workout. I'm just going to do that workout today. I mean, a squat's a squat, like sumo squat, regular squat. The question shouldn't be, do I have to reinvent this? It should be, what color shirt should I wear and where should I take these pictures of me doing squats? Like, really, that's the testing, if that makes any sense. Let's see. I see somebody that says iPhone with their hand up. Is that Danielle? Can you guys see the hands when they go up? Oh,
hey, I've never done that before.
So funny. It's this little emoji hand. All right.
Real quick, sorry, my son's screaming in the background, but I'm just wondering, on your free community group, the free Facebook group that you've created, is that where you're running your free groups also?
Yeah.
So you're just running the free group in there and then continuously adding people into that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm questioning. It's like, I don't know what I'm just going to be real. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just figuring it out. I just purchased a course to help me figure it all out. But I don't know. I really think it's all about doing something. And sometimes along the way, you figure out the formula. Like, I figured out the formula of converting challengers to coaches through an email series and what to say. Mm-hmm. But there's so many things. Like, Jessica found a course on how to like lead effective groups, Facebook groups. And she's like, do you think this would be good? I'm like, yes, I would love to know that. But so a lot of times, like online marketing, what they're doing right now is they are creating one course or one freemium, and they lead you through that. And then they have a big Facebook community where they all go. But that's like when you have one signature freemium that you're like really making amazing. I don't know what mine, like I said, I don't know what mine is yet, and I don't have it yet. So what I'm doing is one group and I just rotate. So I put it out like ab challenge, instant pot challenge, water challenge. I'm going to do like a summer salads challenge, a slim down, 7-day slim down. I already have that template from last year challenge. Just whatever. I would make it so simple. People just want to they just want to give their email and think they're going to do something. Like, they don't actually do it. That's the truth. They're not actually going to do it. And then they're going to feel bad that they didn't do it. And so then that's when you follow up and you're like, hey, I noticed that you didn't really participate in the challenge you signed up for, but I know you must be really interested in health and fitness because you did sign up. I have a new health and fitness challenge group that takes it up a level and gives you the tools and the more commitment and more accountability and whatever. Is that something you're interested in hearing more? And they're like, you're right, I totally failed at that challenge. Yes, I do. This is what happened to me when this fall, and that made me realize I didn't fail. I didn't fail at this free group, even though I spent a lot of money and a lot of time and nobody said a word. I didn't fail. It just was not the right time for them. Like it just wasn't how I wanted it or expected it. Yes, that's the same Jessica is using, Jennifer. Yeah, okay, Christy said, not too much info. My brain is just thinking about all kind of things. I can never tell when I share if it's like, do you all just want to punch me in the face or are you thinking really hard? Oh my gosh. So how do we access that app? The app is super, super confusing, honestly. So it's not something that I can just like give you a link. It's like real confusing. Kind of makes me mad how annoying it is going to be to set up. But what I'll do is I'll just give you a Wufoo form with the questions, and then I will train a virtual assistant and how to go and add everybody's stuff. And I'll hand it over to you. So like this is going to cost me money to do it, you know, for you. But the way I see is if you gave up 2 hours of your Thursday night to show up for me and for your business, then you're worth doing that, you know, initial setup. Because if you also are going to commit to growing your Instagram feed, this could be real good for everybody's business.
So I know might sound weird. So do you find that like cold messaging just like, is there an amount of time between when they follow you compared to when the message goes out? Because I've tried to do that before when people like follow me that same day and I send out like a thank you for following me message, you know, whatever. People like freaked out by that and have blocked me from their Instagram for doing that. So I was wondering, you have way more followers than I do. So do you think that's because you have so many followers that people don't think that that's odd? Or
okay, so I think several things. One is I've looked at your Instagram account and I had something sent to you, an invite sent to you, because I couldn't tell, well, it wasn't me. I had my virtual assistant before this send something like that because she couldn't tell that you were a coach. So one is they don't know that you need to put more health and fitness stuff on there. You know what I mean? The next is I do think it's a numbers thing because I would send those out. And I mean, just because I have a lot more followers doesn't mean I have a lot more time. You know what I mean? So like, let's say you sent out 10, hey, thanks for following me messages. I'm only sending out 10 too. And so I'm getting, when I was doing it myself, getting just as much rejection or cold. I lose, I think, probably 40% of my followers. I then lose in followers every week. So I lose a lot. So I think with this, it kind of should push everybody like to grow their feed so that if they're only having 3 new followers a day and they get 3 rejections, like I said, you know what I mean? Like you can't judge it. You got to look at the overall number, like by the 100, how many people out of 100 are actually giving you their goals and replying. Because if you have everybody out of 100 saying nothing or being negative, then I think it shows you need to change something in your brand and your presentation of what you offer and who you are. You know what I mean? Just like how like what authority you show on your Instagram. Like I put like body makeover specialist or transformation specialist. I don't know, something like that. Like I help people get fit, you know, something like that. I don't know, Brandis, it's all kind of trial and error, but I think we just have to look at it as that, you know, what does this mean instead of what's wrong with me? Like, that's what I always tend to think, but.
Okay, sounds good.
And then the pitch-in thing, I honestly don't know what the best way to do that is. So if anybody has ideas, because what I don't want to be is like, hey, everybody, PayPal me like $2 every month. But I also can't be paying, like a ton of money every month for these extra proxies. I just don't have it in my budget. So if you all come up with an idea, oh, could you pay for a year? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And since it's the beginning of the year, we could just have it like a new thing. The other thing, you know what? The other thing you could do is you could purchase your own proxy or in a group and then just give it to me. It's like private proxies. These are weird. If you're like, what in the heck is a proxy? So am I. I just know it's like an IP address. Okay, so let me just show you kind of what. Does anybody have, well, Jessica, are you still on here? I feel like you would know what a proxy is or where to get a good one. So you can see this place, it says semi-dedicated, dedicated, rotating. I think if we're gonna do this, like if people are going to invest in this, to be careful, you just wanna do it dedicated. And what I've read, what it said though, here's something it did say. It said that I could use one proxy per 3 to 5 people. So even though this says 5 proxies, I think you could actually get like 15 to 25 people out of that. So it's like $6 a month for 5. So literally you could go figure out how to go in with groups together of like 15 people. I mean, it's silly that it's only going to be like 50 cents when you split it up that way. But I don't know. Does anybody want to take this on? I don't know really anything about it, guys. All I know is that it's a series of numbers that tells Instagram that all of this action is coming from different places instead of one hub. It just protects. Stephanie said, don't worry about it, but I would like this to be something that's available to maybe like all Emerald coaches once they become Emerald. Because if they're Emerald, then they're showing that they are moving their business forward and they are committed. But it's not waiting. It's giving them a leg up right away. Anybody? Well, I'll work on getting the WooFoo form. And then I put the address to a source where you can purchase them right here. So I'm going to put it in your hands and you guys can figure out how you want to do that. Any other questions about anything before we go? What am I wanting someone to do? I'm wanting someone to figure out the whole proxy thing and the payment thing. I think the easiest thing would be just for people to get into groups of 5 to 15 and then one person to pay for it and the other people to pay them up front. Like, I mean, because what did I say? Not the best with math, but it's $5 a month times 12, 60 divided by, let's say 15, 5 to 15. It's like it's going to be $4 or $5 a year. That's what I think you should do. You should get into groups of 5 to 15 and just one person pay and it's coming out and the other people write them a check for whatever. And then just send the proxies to me. They're just going to be numbers, a list. Anything else, guys? And then also an incentive that I just added for the team that I haven't announced is a template of my website Let me show that to you. So anybody who has become a diamond, that has held diamond 6 weeks since January or more, or becomes a diamond after this, I will have a copy of this, my website, transferred to you, your domain, if you want to, and then you can go and you can change anything you want to. You can change absolutely everything. Obviously, you do your own post, but you can, like, it's all super customizable, every single thing. But it would give you at least a layout starting point in things like on the blogs, when you go to a blog, I made a sidebar that has the calls to action. So like, this is where my call to action for my freemium will be. And so if they click that, it will give them a way to come and opt in. This is like webinar. This takes them to the page about work out with me. And so all this would be here for you to do with whatever you wanted. Anyway, I'm basically trying to build a giant business machine to hand to you guys. So, all right, I feel like I'm getting boring. Everybody looks tired and bored. All right, if there's nothing else, then happy February, and I hope this was helpful, and feel free on the different forum page, like the New Coach Camp or the Push to Emerald or the Diamond Collective, feel free to just ask questions or put it out there like, hey, I'm thinking about doing a how to keep your teeth healthy freemium. Anybody want to do that with me? And then you could work on it with somebody. Or, hey, I can't figure out how to do this in a Wufoo form. Does anybody know? Or, hey, what was that site Ashley said? And just post it there. Kind of work on it together. All right. All right. Good night, everybody.
Hey, Ash,
Uh-huh.
you stay on for just a second and I can talk to you about that.
Yeah, sure. And if you guys aren't on a weekly accountability meeting, make sure that you get plugged into one of those. You're welcome. Thanks, Lori. Thanks, Sasha, Stephanie, Christy, Ellen. Nikki, you look frustrated. I keep seeing you go like, Mamma mia.
You don't even want to know.
I don't think I do, but I keep seeing you go like.
Everything I've been doing for the last 2.5 hours just undid itself, and I have no idea why.